FreeSpace Social. I am Kylie Jean, and today I'm here with Mike Cargile. Mike, thank you for joining us today.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
It is such a pleasure. You are actually running in California for the 35th District.
Correct.
I had a little bit of a tongue twister there. You're feeling just the height of everything that's happening in a very pivotal state. Can you please tell us a little bit more about that?
Well, in all reality,
Yeah.
California is the key.
Yeah.
Everything good, I mean, from entertainment to technology, we've got, Silicon Valley.
Yeah.
All that stuff comes from California, but so does all the bad. And everything politically that is driving the nation originates in California. Think about it.
Yeah.
Who's the Speaker of the House? Nancy Pelosi.
Yes.
California.
Yep.
Minority Leader, Kevin McCarthy.
Yeah.
California. Tiebreaker in the Senate, Kamala Harris. California.
Yeah.
Everything bad happening started in California, primarily because our elections are completely fraudulent over there. So I'm actually a plaintiff on a lawsuit, most important in the country. We're at the 9th Circuit right now. We'll start oral arguments on the 23rd.
Whoa.
California is the key to the nation. And my race really is the key to California. No one knows about me.
Yeah.
And no one knows about my opponent. She's kind of the secret agent Nancy Pelosi uses in Central America. She is why our southern border looks like it does. Now remember, when Kamala Harris didn't go to Mexico, she was going to go visit the southern border.
Yes.
She bypassed Mexico and she went to Guatemala.
Yeah.
My opponent's from Guatemala. My opponent is a big open borders advocate. So all of that human trafficking, all of the children being raped, all the fentanyl coming across the border is a direct result of my opponent. She's the key. And now remember this, just a few months ago they wanted reparations for the people that were separated from their families, and they wanted to give them like $500,000. The predominance of those people, all from Guatemala. Which means that money is not going to go to those people. It's going to the cartels that brought them up. So through my opponent, they're going to fund MS-13 and the cartels operating out of Guatemala.
Well, and you bring up such a great point in multiple areas, but one, everything's connected. And when you see the seed of corruption, and California is such a leading state to our entire nation, and as we know, the United States of America leads the world.
Yes.
So it's fascinating that you can pinpoint even what's happening in the White House down to California in the very root system. What a lot of people don't even realize is that multiple nations are coming through our border. It's not just Mexico. Yes. Hundreds.
Yeah.
They're getting access through our border. And then I think you also bring up such a valid point of being able to be somebody that stands during a time where our voting system is completely corrupt. So in your conversations with Californians who have no trust in the voting system, what are you talking to them and encouraging them in when they think my vote is pointless in California?
Right. Well, in some parts of California it is. But here's the thing. I'm a Christian. I got saved about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And I live a life I don't deserve, so I just tell the truth wherever. And I say this, you're an American.
Yeah.
God could have had you born in any other country on planet Earth.
Yeah.
And he chose you to be born in this country for this time.
Yeah.
You have this right. Exercise it.
Yes.
Because it's kind of an investment in you.
Yeah.
You know, in another country, you don't have this right.
Yeah.
But you do here as an American. You cannot hide it under the bush.
Yeah.
You can't bury it in the ground and pretend it's not there. You have been invested in by God in this country, in this time, with the singular right to cast a vote.
Yeah.
How dare you think, well, I'm just going to not vote because it might not count. What if it does though?
Yeah.
What if something, because they can't cheat all the time, everywhere. And what if your vote is a pivotal vote?
Yeah.
So cast your vote, trust God that he's going to do whatever he's going to do.
Yeah.
But don't, because I can guarantee you this, if you don't cast your vote, it will not count.
Yeah. That is a fact. It's like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
You never take. Exactly.
It's the exact same.
Exactly.
I'm curious too, there's been such a great exodus out of California. How has that even affected your district?
Well, we've lost hundreds of thousands of jobs. And you can't blame people.
Yeah.
So my hope is there is hope.
Yes.
Somehow I have to communicate this, that I am not going to turn the Golden State over to a bunch of reprobate leftists.
Yeah.
This is the most beautiful country. If you've never been to California, if you've never been, you really should. It's got some of the greatest landscape, the greatest weather on the planet.
It is, that's true.
Yeah, that's why I'm there with 14 million of my closest friends.
Yes, I love it. There you go.
But we've got everything. I mean, from Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, Six Flags, SeaWorld.
The Pacific Coast to the mountains.
My daughter, in one day, was snowboarding and then surfing.
I love that.
Yes, all in one day. And then headed out to the desert.
That's amazing.
It's an amazing place, and I'm going to fight for it. It's worth fighting for.
Well, thank you, Mike. Mike, I appreciate that you are fighting, and you being you is such a carrier of peace and a pillar of truth. And I know that everybody watching can pick that up, and I appreciate your encouragement towards this audience. What's one last final word of encouragement that you can give our audience today?
Well, trust God in all things, but do not turn away from California. California is the key. As we've driven good things in the past, there's a potential to turn this state around. I do believe my district, the 35th, is the key to California. So I'd appreciate you telling people about it, support us financially if you can, but this is where it's going to be the literal epicenter of an earthquake that's going to shake the world, because if we save California, we save the United States. If we save the United States, we're saving the globe.
Absolutely.
And it really does start here.
Well, make sure that you guys go and support Mike Cargile, running for the 35th District in California. Mike, thank you so much for your time today.
And I tell people, smile, it's Cargile.